What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to bring you a video about how to strengthen your feet and ankles. So we're going to go over some of the basic movements you can do to strengthen the feet, strengthen the ankle, including the calf, the tibialis anterior, which is this front shin muscle here, and then some of the ankle stabilizers and lateral muscles. So if you're wondering why you should strengthen this, obviously general physical preparedness for the body is good for any type of sports or any type of physical activity you're going to do. You can't just go from the couch to fairly demanding physical practices without risking possible injury. And just general physical preparedness in general is going to strengthen your body. It's going to get you more ready for anything you might face, whether you're playing sports, whether you're doing trail runs, or whatever kind of other physical activities you want to do. So the feet and the ankles are the base of support. This is what holds your body weight, connects it to the ground every single day. And because we wear shoes, because we are constantly walking on flat, level ground all the time, our feet muscles have atrophied compared to our ancestors. We have weaker feet, we have flat feet. A lot of people have foot problems. Podiatry is like a multi-million or billion-dollar industry with everybody's foot problems. So I'm going to show you guys how to strengthen your ankles and your feet. So first up, the basics. We're basically start from the top. So the lower limb here, we're going to be working on the calf muscles, the tibialis, the lateral muscles, and then some of these deep muscles and foot muscles. So first off, like I said, we're going to start from the top. We're going to do the calf. The calf is made up of two muscles. Your calf is made up of a lot of muscles, but the two main plantar flexors are the gastrocnemius and the soleus. So gastrocnemius is going to be more, it's going to be working harder when your ankle or when your knee is straight, and the soleus is going to be work harder when your knee is bent. So my favorite tool for doing calf raises, and you can do these off the side of the stairs. I'm sure you've seen people do this, just hang your foot off the stairs and do calf raises. Works perfectly fine. These are some slant boards I bought from Amazon. Just says OPTP Pro Slant. So just like a hard piece of foam. It's more comfortable than the stairs or like a wood slant board. And it comes with two, so you get a nice incline there. You can stack them up for even more incline. So what I'm going to do here for the gastroc, put it up against the wall, and I'm just going to do, I gotta move my cat here. Yeah, sorry. I'm just going to do a basic single leg calf raise with knee straight, okay? Up against the wall, slow and controlled. All the way up to the top, slight pause all the way down. In order to add resistance to these, obviously you can start with 2 feet, so you can do both feet at the same time. That's going to be your easiest variation. Then you can either progress to single leg, or you can grab, if you're doing it up against a wall, you can grab something like a t-shirt or a towel and kind of put your forearms up against the wall like this, and then you kind of use that resistance of your body along the wall for a little bit of extra resistance. Otherwise you can hold something, so you can hold the dumbbell, kettlebell, sandbag, anything like that. Hold it off to the side while you're doing your calf raises. Eventually you want to be able to at least do 15 with a single leg calf raise. So that's gastroc. Soleus is the deeper calf muscle in the back. This one's going to be more active when you have a bent knee. So how do we target specifically the soleus more? We're going to back this up a little bit. We're going to lean into the wall, and we're going to kind of come down into like a third squat, or maybe like a half squat, and then do your calf raises right here. With that knee bent pretty well. And you can even go deeper if you want to. Just make sure you're not going to lose your balance on there. Same thing with that, 15 per side, single leg. Okay, next, we're going to work on the front muscle. Now it's important to balance this out. So you're going to do, let's say, if you're just trying to get to a regular good GPP program, you want to do 2 sets of 15 calf raises with a straight leg, 2 sets of 15 with a bent leg. Then you want to work 3 sets of 15 with the front here. So this is the tibialis anterior muscle. This one's responsible for dorsiflexion, so that would be pulling the toes up. Okay? So there's a couple different ways I like to do this. One, you can just use the same slant board here. Put it out from the wall a bit. And then you're just going to lift and lower. Lift as high as you can, hold, lower slow. To make it a little bit easier, slide the slant board closer to the wall. And then to make it even harder, you can go one leg at a time. That's quite hard. A couple other ways you can do this. Let's see. This is a tool I really like. This is a On-It hydrocore bag. So what I would do with this, sit on a plyo box, or in this case, glute ham developer, or anything that raises you up a bit. Then you can put it in between your big toe, just like you're wearing sandals. Straighten, raise. So that's a good, easy way to do some tibialis raises. Another way would be to buy a small rope like this. I actually bought this at, I think, Menards. And it's like a type of thing you can tie around curtains at your house just to keep them in place. So it's pretty strong too. I could hang my entire body weight from it on a pull-up bar. So you would get a band, and this one is pretty thick and pretty strong, so it's going to be tough. Usually I would get a smaller band, but for demonstration purposes, get a band, sit back, put it in between your toes again, pull up, relax, up, hold, relax. All right, so this is a good move for balancing out the calves and the front shin muscles. A lot of people, if they get shin splints, it's because their calf muscles are so strong and kind of pulling that joint out of balance, and the front isn't strong enough to pull it back into balance. So instead of your ankle being in neutral here, the calves start getting a lot stronger than the tibialis. Your ankle will just, your foot will start coming down and coming down more because this calf is getting tighter while the opposing muscle is getting weaker. So that's going to throw your joint balance off. Make sure you're strengthening the front of the shin, the tibialis anterior, along with the calves. All right, now some lateral moves here. I need to put this down, otherwise it's going to be shaky. All right. So TheraBand here, it's just like a blue exercise band, stretchy, doesn't have anything on it. I'm going to put it around my foot, and I'm going to wrap it towards the inside. So I'm going to bring it towards the inside and back out, towards the inside and back out. And then I'm going to hold it along the side of my leg here. And then, so this band is pulling my foot out, and then I'm going to turn the ankle in. So you can see that there. I'll get it closer for you. So right here, this band is pulling me out. I'm going to push in with the ankle and then slowly come back out. On this, obviously, I control the tension. If I let the band go more loose, it's easier. If I pull the band tighter, it's harder. So this is working on the outer calf muscles and the inner calf muscles here. And then obviously you do the same thing with the other side. You could even do it with a small band too if you don't have one of those big TheraBands. This is just a small mini band here. You could just put that on there and hold just like this. Doesn't work quite as well, but if you don't have any TheraBands, this definitely could be an option also. But this one works really good for doing the opposite movement. So I'm going to put it on both of my feet. Pick up the camera here for this one. I'm going to put it on both my feet. So the last one, we were bringing the feet in. This one, the band is bringing the feet in, and we're going to rotate out. Hold at the end for a second. Slowly let the band bring back in. Push out. All right, again with this, I like to do higher reps, going up to probably 15. And this one, not quite as important as the calf raises and the tibialis raises. So calf raises and tibialis, I'd probably do 2 sets of 15 to each, work your way up to that. If you're going heavier, you can go lower reps too. If you want to really work on strength of your ankles, you can go heavier and just do like sets of 8 or so. On these ones, you're probably just going to go for higher reps on those and just get like a good pump work in, strengthen them, but you're not going to just load the band up super, super heavy and do sets of 5 like max strength training with these, because it's more important just to get the muscles and the ligaments and tendons connected to the muscles strong. And actually ligaments don't connect to muscles. Don't listen to me when I'm saying there. The muscles and tendons strong on your ankles there. So you're not really worried about going super heavy, just consistent work on this with the inversion and eversion, moving your feet inside and outside, or moving your ankles inside and outside. 1 set of 15 per day is pretty good. If you want to go up to 2 sets, you can. If you're doing anything like trail running or obstacle course racing or something like that, where you're constantly running on uneven ground and your ankles constantly have to move their ways to adjust to the ground, maybe you want to do a little bit extra inversion and eversion work. So maybe you want to do 2 sets of 15 on these. Then another one you can do, I'll show you guys real quick. Get the slant board, put the foot on, sloping down this way, and then just practice your balance right here. Just get that foot strong in this position. So if you're not good at balancing this way, you can always hold your hand out, touch the wall for balance. Otherwise, try not to use the wall. And then, if you're getting pretty good at it and balancing here, no problem. You can even make it more challenging by doing like quarter squats, something like that, or doing like toe taps out to the side. Or another one I like to do, I'll hold a medicine ball, just a light medicine ball, throw it into the wall, catch it without losing my balance. So I'm going to do that. If you just want a goal to hit, probably 30 seconds, single leg balance without touching the wall. If you can do that, you're pretty good. So we're going to go this way with that, and then you want to strengthen the opposite as well. So this way, again, balance, 30 seconds. Strong position. If you need to challenge yourself a little bit more, toe taps, quarter squats, medicine ball throws, anything like that. So that pretty much covers all of the muscles in the lower leg here. Couple more we're going to do just for some foot stuff. Let's see, I'll probably put the camera down here. So one of my favorite drills for working on the big toe strength is putting the foot flat on the ground like this, and you want to lift your 4 toes while keeping the big toe down, and then alternate. So lifting your big toe, keeping your other 4 toes down. This is quite challenging, and a lot of you might not even be able to do it, and I might not be able to control the separate toes, and your foot just might kind of move like a club, because like I said, when you're in shoes all the time, it takes away from the proprioception of your feet. So it's almost like putting mittens on your hands. If you need to do anything with any dexterity, if you need to type on a keyboard, but you're wearing mittens, obviously you're not gonna do very well. Even if you're wearing gloves, you're probably not gonna do very well. It's gonna be kind of clumsy. Same thing with your shoes, your feet and your toes in those shoes. If you're not walking on ground where your toes have to constantly move slightly and independently from each other, like let's say you're barefoot walking on a trail or something, and your feet and toes constantly have to move separate ways. Maybe one toe has to lift up higher than the others because you're on an incline, because you're on a decline, because you're stepping on tree roots, or stepping on a little rock or anything like that. Your feet constantly have to move, and your toes remain dexterous, however you say that word. They have good dexterity, so they can move independently from each other. You put the shoes on, you put the socks and the shoes on, and you constantly walk over flat ground all day. Or even worse, a lot of people don't walk very much, they just sit on the couch all the time. Your shoes your feet basically just get dumb. They get dumbed down like your hands would if you never use them and wear mittens all the time. They can't move interdependently, and they just atrophy, and you won't be able to do this kind of stuff. So if you need to help a little bit, if you're trying to work on your toe strength and you need to help that, you can move the big toe with your hands. So visualize, think in your head, I need to get my big toe to move, I need to get my big toe to move up and up, and I'm not even that great at it either, but getting your big toe up like this off the ground. If you can't do it, visualize with your brain, try to see that big toe coming off the ground, try to move the muscles to get it up, but if you need to use your hand to help you, you can, or your finger to help you. So get your finger up there, and then try to let go without your toe immediately falling back down. So visualize, see that big toe coming off the ground, focus on the foot muscles, try to get it up. If it's not working, use your fingers for a little bit of assistance, and then let go and try to keep it held up there. Okay? So that's going to strengthen the big toe, that's going to make your toes a little bit more dexterous and your feet functioning better. A couple other ones here. I learned these from My Foot Function on Instagram, so that's a pretty good resource for you guys. They got some cool drills on there. One of them is just coming down into a squat, and then you're just going to shift onto the knees. And as you can see, as I do this, I'm getting a really good stretch in these toes. So these toe joints right here are getting a really good stretch. If this stretch is super painful, put your weight more on those knees and take some stress off those toes. If you need to deepen the stretch a little bit more, lean back, get that bigger stretch in those toes, and really work that arch and fascia strength on your feet. And then you're gonna come back into a squat. Forward, lean back a little bit, get a good stretch, squat. Forward, lean back, get a good stretch, squat. Progress these slowly. If your feet are atrophied and your foot muscles and tendons and your arches and fascia and everything in your feet are not strong, you're not going to be ready for this. So progress slowly. If you need to, you can even put your hands on the ground or something like that in a squat, and then just progress slowly. Shift that weight forward, but put a lot of weight on your hands so that not that much weight is on your feet. Come down right here. So if I'm doing this way, I'm taking a lot of pressure off my feet because I'm using the assistance of my hands. And even if you're just sitting here holding this position, holding this stretch in the feet, and if it gets too tough, lean forward. Put a lot of weight up under your hands and just try to get that stretch in your toes as much as you can handle it. Spend some time here. Spend some time stressing your body in this position, making sure that the body knows you have to adapt to this position. So there's going to be stress on those feet, and constantly send this signal to the body that we need to get our feet stronger. So right here, eventually you can progress, pushing back a little bit more, maybe even lift the knees up, getting that pressure on those toes, doing some pulses like this, Again, taking it easy, not overwhelming, giving the body time. If your feet are very deconditioned, this could take months or even years, but don't be discouraged. Every time you're going to make a little bit of progress. Each time you're going to put like a little bit of money in the bank of your body, of getting better function of those feet and ankles. And even though you're not going to go from weak feet that don't move independently and just are not ready for the demands of being barefoot, you're not going to go from that to extremely healthy feet overnight, but you will see progress. Even if it takes months or years, every month you will see a little bit of progress. You will get a little bit stronger feet, and you may even correct some of these problems with your feet. So progress slowly, especially if you've been in shoes for a long time. Don't push it too hard, but stay consistent with it. You want a little bit of consistent effort every day is much better than pushing it too hard and then getting injured and having to back off and then either just quitting altogether or coming back and pushing it too hard and getting injured all over again. Small, consistent steps every day is what's going to help you with this. So aside from that one, you can do a soleus raise in the bottom of the squat. So you can squat and then come up onto your toes, come back down. Okay. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys. There is some other good stuff out there. I'm kind of trying to keep it to the basics, and I'm trying to cut this video short because now I've gone on a lot longer and a lot of you guys probably aren't even watching anymore. But like I said, small, consistent steps. Challenge those feet every day. Work out if you can without shoes. If you work out at home, take your shoes off and just pay more attention to those feet, what they're doing, even when you're doing your squats or your deadlifts or your lunges or anything. Really pay attention to how those feet are working and how they're anchored into the ground, how those toes are moving. You can spread your toes out. Just get the feet more engaged in it, and hopefully some of these tips in this video help you guys to reclaim that lost strength of your feet and ankles and better prepare you for anything life throws at you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, I appreciate any comments or thumbs up. Give it a like, subscribe for some more videos, and give me some feedback if you enjoyed this video and what your thoughts are on some of these exercises. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.